Hi, welcome to Coffee with Blaine. This is Coffee. And I am Blaine. Don't mistake me for any other Blaine. There can be only one. How you guys doing today? Hopefully well. I'm going to make a quick adjustment. There you go. There we go. Because we're all in this together. Austin, cheers. Go grab a cup. Heck yeah. We chilling. Chilling. Just you and me, buddy. How's that feel? You're the only one here. We're just going to hang out together in your private Coffee with Blaine session. It's going to be excellent. What do you want to talk about, Austin? Ha! I got the cold brew. Love it. Eric, what day are you playing Reggae on the Way? Good morning, by the way. Let me check. I think I want to say it's Saturday. That's my initial thing. Let me look. Looks like Saturday, August 20th. Yeah. That is when we will be rocking. And we will be tired because we will be flying directly from a festival in Massachusetts that we play on Friday. So we will be having come off a cross-country flight to play a festival to hit a cross-country flight to play a festival to hit a cross-country flight. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. All right, Austin, we're doing this. Do you like wireless on stage or use the OG cord? Wireless all the way, bro. I have a Shure SLXD unit. It's honestly, I've had a lot of wireless units since I joined Hyrie, and this is by far the best one. Yeah, we jump, we move, we're all over the place. And I can't be tethered. No, but seriously, I've played with the cord a couple times as backup if something happened to the wireless or something wasn't working right. I always have a cord there, ready to just plug in, but I don't ever use it. My boys are opening up the festival. Nice, Eric. That sounds awesome. So they're going to be doing on Friday. If they're still around on Saturday, tell them to come say hi. Lots of travel. Perfect time to learn some sweeps on the guitar. It is not the perfect time, unfortunately, because on those travels, there's no place to sit and practice, unfortunately. Gonna try to do some work, some editing, at least on the flights. That's what I'm hoping for. I have this tune that I'm working on for Doa's Daydream, which I just recorded the final vocals for yesterday. Actually, had a cool session here, not in this room, but I went to the Studio B, as we call it around here, and did a nice vocal session. So I'm happy with that. All I have to do is get violin laid and send it off to mix, I think, and we're good. Brittany, good morning and cheers. You can't stay. No one can ever stay. Megan, good morning. Hope you have a wonderful start to your week. I'm going to go since reception is doo-doo, but I'll catch you later. Everyone's popping off. But that means this live isn't popping off. Candace, hello. That's my super wave. Harry, good morning. Austin, I love these questions though. I gotta work, Blaine. I don't have a sugar daddy. You don't need one. You're a strong, independent woman, Brittany. Good morning, Jesse. It is a busy Monday. My reception is popping in and out. That's okay. It's okay. I'm just messing around. I am messing around. I got up, I didn't get up early per se, but I got up early enough, and instead of just sitting around on my phone, I, uh, I had to sign some legal documents when I woke up, which was kind of crazy. And then as soon as I got done with that, I started putting together a really quick reference mix for the new Doa tune, and I just sent that out, and now I'm here. And I have some guitar work and comping to do for Island Asylum today as well. So that's also on my list. See if I can knock some stuff out. I got to go to the post office, which is fun. I've been mailing out shirts. I'm only gonna mention this one because once because I don't want to get flagged. But I have a bunch of random band T-shirts and just whatever. We spent a whole episode on this. Michael, William, good morning to both of you and cheers. They're all men's larges. Some of them have never been worn. Some have been worn plenty. But if you're interested in that, anytime you pick up over 25 worth of merch from the merch store, or join my Patreon, or upgrade your Patreon, you will get one of those shirts until I run out. So if you're interested, please do. Also, my video lessons have been popping off lately. So if you want to learn something at your own pace, patreon.com/Dillinger Music, right there. You can go to the Let's Learn Something Together and have access to an entire video lesson library, complete with songs, theory, scales, chords, etc. Jesse, I'm still trying to catch up on all the new music that has been released in the past couple weeks. So many artists bringing the fire, trying to listen and share. Heck yeah, Jesse. Summer is the time. It really is. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Ohio, Austin, specifically a little town called Findlay, Ohio. And it's surrounded by cornfields, and easy to get trapped there for life. But I made it out. I think it's just me and Ben Roethlisberger made it out. But in all seriousness, yeah, from a little town nowhere, Ohio. Favorite venue from your hometown? There was a bar called Nino's I used to run sound at and play at way back in the day. And that was the only real venue to play. There's no actual venue for like touring bands, just bar venues basically, or the fair, I guess. My J-Bug and Iration used Blaney shirt have quickly become my favorite. I like that they are used, broken in perfectly. Thank you, Jesse. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Candace, let's see. Oh, you moved to YouTube. Thank you, by the way, via GPS. I like it. Did a core workout class, then a yin yoga. Leah had a cooking camp. Cooking camp? That's amazing. I want to go to a cooking camp. That's incredible. Prepping for the weekend trip and my Olympic weightlifting training later. Busy day. Excited and feel motivated. I love that, Candace. I love that so much. 1 second. I'm just going to pause my live stream to send a text. Yeah, so I just sent out a comp of that Doa's, like a reference mix of the Doa tune to her and her band and stuff. And she's um, texting me right now, so telling her I'm doing a live stream. Leave me alone. Yeah. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? Lay it on me. Oh, for those of you who aren't on my Patreon, for those of you who are on my Patreon, you've known since day one, but I bought a car on Friday. Yay, car. Um, I am the owner of a 2019 Hyundai Ioniq, which is cool. It's a hybrid, and it gets almost 60 miles to the gallon, which is incredible. And so far I've driven it like once since I brought it home. I don't use a car that often. It'll probably just sit in the garage most of the time. I did clean out the entire garage just to park it in there. I actually cleaned it out for Christy and I to park in there, but she did not want to do it. So I will park in the garage. How do you do a high practice? Just run the set a bunch of times, focus on one song at a time. It depends on the show and the material and how much time we have to prep. Generally, for instance, before a tour, we have a WhatsApp thread going on all the time, and we're just constantly on it. I probably got 4 messages already this morning on WhatsApp from the group thread. And then we all work on any new material individually or any new arrangements individually. And then we show up and we'll do like a week straight of rehearsals. We'll do like 4 8+ hour rehearsals, and then we'll do like 2. Hey, Doa, welcome. We were just talking about you. And then we'll do like 2 dress rehearsals where we have the PA set up in a space with the lighting rig and all our in-ears, and then make sure all that good stuff works too. We have kind of a lot of arrangements that we like to use. We have old stuff we can dig through. When it comes to putting the tour together, the first few days are working on individual pieces, doing any changing and arranging that we need to do. If we have any additional members, backup singers, aux keys, anything else, we'll work those people in, and then we'll run the arrangements, and then we'll put the set together in order, make any transitions we need to make, work on those, and then just run the set the last couple days. Yeah. But generally, because people are now spread out, we used to have a rehearsal space, and we used to rehearse 5 to 6 days a week for 4 to 5 hours a day. I remember showing up, and Andrew would be sleeping in the practice room day in and day out. It was crazy. I am always, Candace, I am always on stage left, which is your right side. And no, Curdy won't be there, unfortunately. 60 miles per gallon. Yeah, it's crazy. Jesse, congratulations. Hard work pays off. I need to update my Patreon. It hasn't been showing me new stuff. Oh, no, Jesse. Yeah, I've been trying to post more frequently than I have been for a minute. So than I was in the spring, that's for sure. So yeah, definitely keep up with that. And as far as new music goes, I have my Patreon playlist, which you guys always contribute to for new random music, and then I have my 2022 release Patreon as well. Yeah. But yeah, it all depends on where you are as a stage. If you're writing a bunch of new material, Trish normally writes a bunch of stuff individually with people, and then she sends it to all of us, and we work on parts. For this last album, she sent it, had a folder going, and she wrote like 50 songs, and she picked 13 of them, and I went through, and I wrote is basically the most melodic earworm type of guitar parts I could think of for the album, and some of those are released. Um, so far, the most notable one, at least to me, is in the second verse, in Modest Yahoo's verse of Blacklist. You have like a 311 style harmonized guitar, shadow esque type pick or stick bass, as Aaron Dugan likes to call it. But yeah, so I try to write some sticky parts. The next single will have another very similar thing, but more of an outro thing and more of a lead type melody rather than just a bass line thing. But yeah, now that we're all spread out, Trish is in Oahu. Our drummer Matt is in LA. Me, Andy, and Andrew are in the San Diego area, and Chris is up in San Francisco. I find stage left is where I need to be for most shows. The pattern started with Blaine. Adam for our aeration is always on stage left too. I like you guys for keeping it consistent for me. Yeah, well, we do what we can. I like being on the left there because my headstock faces the left, and I've had incidents in the past. I've popped Trish in the face with my headstock before of my guitar. On accident, of course, but like it's just people to the left of me when I'm jumping and stuff. I've been popped by Andy's headstock as well, but I'd rather take that to the face than have someone else have to take it to the face, I guess. 8-hour sessions, you guys are troopers. Any reason you don't run in ears all the time? You rock for answering these questions. No, thank you for asking him, man. We do for all the shows we run in ears. We're always on in ears. But for rehearsals, depending on where we're rehearsing, we can save money by just rehearsing at a buddy's place or in a small space, especially if we're just writing stuff or coming up with stuff or whatever. And for that, to not have to bring the board and the whole in-ear setup is just easier. But for all the shows, we always run in-ears. Drummer plays to a click. We have a full range of backing tracks. That's why, for those of you who saw us at Reggae Rise at Baltimore, you hear a very full sound with only a few of us. There were only 5 of us on stage. It was crazy. For us, that's very small. We had Matt, obviously, Andy, myself, core rhythm section there. And Chris was our only horn player / aux keys player, and then Trish. So like, yeah, very, 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 very small thing, but full sound because we have backing tracks. So we basically get all the stems from sessions, and the ones that we don't have, or if we change arrangements, Chris or somebody will play parts into it. We backtracked the trombone for Reggae Rise Up Maryland because Andrew was on this awesome vacation with his wife in Guam to visit her homeland. And yeah, it was it works out well having that good full sound. 2 guitars next to each other is a hazard, exactly. Especially if you've ever seen a Hyrie show, it's amazing. We don't just biff all the time. I actually biffed it at Cali Roots for any of you who caught it. Luckily, it wasn't caught on film, or unluckily, it would have been funny to watch. But I slipped on some fog juice because one of the machines was leaking, and right on my back, legs kick up and everything. Didn't miss a note, which was pretty impressive. But Jennifer, good morning and cheers. Ugh. Does your drummer? Oh yeah, I just answered that. Yeah, click and backing tracks. We all have click in our ears, or the option to have it. Can you run backing tracks without a sound engineer? This might be a silly question. That's not a silly question, Doa. Yes, you can. In our case, Matt Benoit is not only an amazing drummer, but runs all of our backing tracks and manages all of the sessions and does all of the stuff. So everything's triggered and ran from the drums, and it just we have a key line or two key lines that run out from the backing track station. We have a another line for I think the backing vocals, and then we have another line for the rest of the backing tracks. Trombone has its own line when we need to backtrack trombone. And then the click has its own line, which goes just to the ears. But yeah, Matt's incredible, and we're very lucky to have him. Is the oh yeah? Is the entire set a single? No. Basically, every sequence is its own thing. So, for instance, if we're playing 3 songs back to back, like we have an arrangement of an intro and a song, and then into another song, into another song. That's kind of a standard thing. And then he has a redundancy of each song starting from the beginning of each song. So if we have to cut or pull up or do whatever for any reason, we can start at that particular song. So that's the thing with those. So it's a lot of redundancy. And then if a song is just played by itself, it's triggered by itself. Yeah. I missed the car time. I got a 2019 Hyundai Ioniq hybrid. Gets 60 miles to the gallon. Paul, good morning. How are you doing, bro? Hopefully well. This will be my first time seeing you guys. So excited. I'm excited too. Buckeye Lake, I believe, is where we're playing, is where I used to go watch shows when I was a dirty hippie from like 16 years old till around through my 20s. And so much fun. And to be able to play on a stage when I was like all high and stuff. One day I'm going to be up there. Where's the porta potty? It's going to be awesome. What in-ear system do you use? Austin, we use a Midas M32 mixer on stage that runs all of our ears. We also have a Midas M32 board at front of house. So everything's basically saved. All of our settings are saved. We can access the monitor, our own monitor mixes on our phones or an iPad. We can just make adjustments, but for the most part, everything's pretty set. It took a while to get set up, and when you add new people or take away people, levels change. But for the most part, yeah. I know Matt has taken a couple lessons where he just goes through that stuff with people. So maybe PJ can schedule a lesson or something. Ryan, good morning. Ableton or Logic for the backtracks live. We use Ableton Live for our backing tracks. Yeah, I know other people who do use Logic, but honestly, I've had to run backtracks before. Shrub did a reunion show a couple years back, 2019, and I ended up doing all of the backing tracks while playing guitar, which makes me admire Matt even more. I was calling him up frantically or doing rehearsals. I think you should release some young hippie Blaine photos. I think there's a couple on my Instagram if you scroll back far enough. Mickey, good morning. How you doing? You give past Stoner Blaine such a hard time. He seems cool. Give the guy a break. That's because you didn't know him, Jesse. He had potential. I'll give him that. Love Ableton. Yeah. Honestly, it's really a preference thing. Ableton is super solid. A lot of heavy hitters I know are all on the Ableton game, just at least for that. Though I do know there's a couple on Logic. There's even a couple on Pro Tools, which is mind-boggling. I think Michael Franti was on Pro Tools. Most larger bands that you see have some sort of backing tracks going on. Not most, but a good chunk of them. Yeah. I mean, yeah, even all the way up, you get to like 21 Pilots. There's two guys. All the sound is coming from backing tracks, which is cool. We live in that era where we can combine all the elements to put on the best show possible. All right. Keep the questions coming if you got them, guys. I'm loving it. And we have a small but mighty group today. It's very chill. Ableton gang. Love it. Nothing, guys. All right. Whatever. I guess we're done. Honestly, it's probably a good thing. Let's keep it short and sweet. I'm normally hot coffee, even in the heat, but every once in a while, a nice cold brew just hits the spot. That's for sure. Do you think another genre will become more mainstream than reggae soon? Probably. I mean, most genres are more mainstream than reggae. But yeah, it just depends. There's so many genres kind of competing right now. Everyone's into this throwback 80s sound right now, it seems. A lot of indie bands are in that direction. Cumbia is also really big. Yeah, there's a lot of Latin influence in today's pop music. It's yeah, it just depends. Reggae is still a small genre. I mean, Hyrie hits has on multiple occasions hit the Billboard Reggae #1 album. But if we were in the alternative rock category or the pop category or the regular rock category or any other category, basically country or whatever, there'd be no way because the genres are just too big for those artists to do stuff. Being considered reggae is really helpful in that type of it's easy to stand out. Where do you record the most for your projects? A home studio setup. Home studio, Ryan. Most of my stuff is done here. I've done high retracking here as well. Um, Luckily, a lot of the high retracking we go, to some nice studios. Sometimes a client wants to do a studio session. I do a lot of session work for Andrew and some other people where I show up and play. But for the most part, I invested a lot of money into my setup and my instruments and my signal chain so that I can deliver that studio quality sound right from home. Definitely worth the investment. And I can actually do it from hotel rooms and the tour bus and other places, which is super cool. Snakes are good. They're going to eat today. So I'm not going to mess with them today. I always give the snakes 24 hours. So the day I feed them, I don't take them out or mess with them at all beforehand. Uh, and then I feed them, and then I give them a good, rest of the day to digest, and then I hang out with them the next day. How do you keep motivated to do music when you're in a writer's block? That's a tough one. I've been struggling with that all summer, honestly. That's why I'm still working on these tunes. It's just getting motivation. Sometimes just getting away is a good thing, and then sometimes just powering through is a good thing. So I try to set some time to do a little bit of stuff every day. And I've been trying to schedule time to relax so I don't go overboard with the chilling. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, is what I'm trying to say. Um, for sharing hi-fi audio with a student or bandmate over Zoom, to use a tool like Sonobus or something else for sharing live audio. No, normally we're just either sending tracks over, like WAV files around. Trish will use SoundCloud. When she's sharing a bunch of mixes, like right now we have a shared SoundCloud that's private, just to hear all the mixes on the new albums. As a matter of fact, as I was saying that, I just got a WhatsApp message from Andy with his comments, mix notes on one of the tunes. And then, if I'm doing live just to show somebody, I'll just record it on my phone, or I'll just make a little phone video of me playing the part, and I'll send it to a client and be like, "Hey, you want a part kind of like this?" And then if they like it, I'll record it. For lessons, I'm just on Zoom, but I'm running everything through my audio interface. So when I do a Zoom lesson or make a video lesson, the guitars are directly plugged in with amp sims or through an amp, and then with a nice microphone. And so you can hear. I have two different cameras. I have my laptop camera, which is the one I used here, and I can't do it on this program, but on Zoom I can easily switch over to my second camera. And that camera is basically set up for a close-up of the guitar. So when I turn that on, you can really see what my fingers are doing, and stuff like that. So that's basically my setup for lessons, and video lessons. It works really well. You can also on Zoom just do a screen share and share the audio. So with my interface, I can set up like Logic up here, and I can be working with a student and just share my screen to the Logic screen, and everything will play back through Zoom at full quality. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, I'm loving these questions, by the way, guys. It's a lot of time I'm struggling what to talk with or about, and having music oriented questions where I can just chat away about it is always fun. Jesse, good morning. ZC Keeley in the house. Good morning, bro. Favorite things to write songs about? That's a good question. I generally don't necessarily write songs about stuff. I don't write a lot of lyrics. I don't write a lot of stuff, that part of the song. I tend to write a lot more chord progressions and melodies. And so I create a feeling like I have one right now. It's just waiting on an artist, a singer, to collab with. It's I just labeled it "Lonely Guitar" because I wrote this very lonely, desolate, reverbed out guitar, and it's kind of got a lo-fi type of backing to it, and yeah, so it's just general encompassing mood, if you will, um, or style, right that way. Uh, yeah, good question. Oh, thanks, Austin. Snakes. He writes about snakes. Yeah, I mean everything I do is secretly about reptiles. So, yeah, Zach, you know me. Oh yeah, yeah. When I'm writing my instrumental tunes, I have a series that I've been slacking on tremendously, called the Animal Crossing series, where I cross the name of an animal with the name of something otherworldly, and basically invent weird, crazy superhero animals. So the three that I've released so far are Witch Duck, which is actually the name of a road down in Florida, which I passed, and I was like, "This is amazing." And then Jellyfish of Love. It's like Cupid's arrow, but with jellyfish stings. And then Time Sloth, about a sloth who is basically Doctor Who or Bill and Ted, however you want to. Something to do with a phone booth, that's for sure. Acoustic or amped up to write. Just depends on what I have, bro. I travel so much that sometimes all I have is on my acoustic on the bus, or sometimes all I have is my electric rig, portable rig to practice with, and I just write on whatever the instrument is around. Sometimes I'll have a specific idea, or I'll write something and I'll be like, "This will sound better on something else," but it doesn't matter. Past song names too. Oh yeah, yeah. So some of my earlier instrumental work, I have fun. I like to combine and have fun with the names. So a jam to go with peanut butter is one of my jazzier funk instrumental tunes. Um, yeah, I have one called Chick Theater. I like the juxtaposition of stuff. I think that one sounds dirty, but it's actually it's because the song I was writing, I was pulling small elements from Chick Corea and Dream Theater and mashing them together. What's my snake's name? My ball python is named Duder. My rosy boa is named Jasper. My Pacific gopher snake is named Snake Plissken. And my Doomerals boa, who's actually out right now. He's cruising. He knows he's getting fed today. Her name is Medusa, and my Patreon members actually picked her name. So thank you to my Patreon members. You guys make my life easier. Yeah. Aw, thanks, Jesse. You're so awesome. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for chatting with me. I like the juxtaposition too, like when the song is soft and pretty and the lyrics are hardcore and dirty, or vice versa. Yeah, yeah, heck yeah. Just juxtaposition in the music too, as well as the title. I like it. I like that too. Dream Theater is really good at that. They actually juxtapose different time signatures over top of each other, and it's madness, but it all lines up every X number of measures for that one glorious moment and then goes back to madness. It's crazy. All right. Speaking of stuff to do, I am feeling motivated. So I need to run to the post office. I need to work on some tracks for some clients and do all the things. If you're not a Patreon member, please consider joining for as little as $1 a month. Pretty cheap. And it helps me create all the art that I'm creating. So for those of you who are already doing it, I appreciate you. And we're going to have a Producers Club meeting tonight at 4:30. So for all my Producers Club members on Patreon, we're going to be doing a live group Zoom, just hanging out. I'll probably bust open the new Doa tune, honestly, and show you all the parts and all the vocal stems that we did. And yeah, break it down piece by piece and where it's headed. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you. Thank you for all the questions and hanging out with me. I appreciate you. And for some of you, I will see you on this weekend. I'll be chilling at the Everwild Festival with my boys Tropodelic. We will be jamming. It's gonna be dope. All right. You guys have an amazing time, and I will catch you guys soon.